Are you ready for the ultimate showdown between two of the most reliable three-row SUVs on the market? In one corner, we have the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot, packed with cutting-edge features and practicality. And in the other corner, we have the 2023 Toyota Highlander, known for its dependability and spaciousness. Today, we're putting these SUVs head-to-head to determine which one is truly the best for your needs. So buckle up and get ready for a ride as we compare specs, performance, and everything in between. First up, we have the updated 2023 Highlander. This reliable three-row SUV has been a staple in the market for over 2 decades and has earned a well-deserved reputation for longevity. You could drive one of these bad boys for 10 to 15 years without ever having to worry about repairs. And let's not forget about the resale value, which is so high it might just make your head spin. But that's not all. Toyota ditched the old 3.5-liter V6 engine and replaced it with a brand spanking new 4-cylinder turbo. They made the switch for emissions reasons, and we commend them for taking the steps to reduce their carbon footprint. However, when it comes to performance, it seems like the 4-cylinder turbo hasn't really moved the needle forward. Now, don't get us wrong, the new engine still has some great features. The extra torque is a nice touch, and we're relieved to see that the towing capacity remains the same. Plus, the fuel economy is still pretty impressive. But when it comes to actual speed and acceleration, the 4-cylinder turbo falls a little short. It takes about 7.5 seconds to get up to highway speeds, which is about the same as the old V6. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, we were hoping for a little more oomph. Plus, the fact that the new engine actually has fewer horsepower than the old one is a bit disappointing. And then there's the issue of long-term reliability. While Toyota does have a great track record when it comes to reliability, turbocharged engines in general tend to require more repairs as they age. It's definitely something to keep in mind if you're considering the Highlander with the new engine. Switching over to the Highlander Hybrid, let's talk about the incredible fuel economy that this three-row SUV is able to achieve. With an impressive 35 miles per gallon, it's no wonder why the Highlander Hybrid is turning heads. And don't think for a second that just because it's a hybrid, it's lacking in performance. In fact, it's incredibly smooth and refined when driving normally, and has the coveted Toyota reputation for reliability. Of course, there's a downside. It doesn't quite pack the punch and power that some might be looking for, especially when you have a carload of passengers and cargo. But let's be real, the difference isn't that noticeable in the real world. Moving on to the interior of the Highlander. The space is well designed with ample storage and straightforward controls. Additionally, the Highlander is well equipped with the latest technology, including an 8 or 12-inch infotainment screen with Toyota's latest multimedia interface, as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The SUV also comes with Toyota's Safety Sense, a suite of advanced safety features that is standard across all trims. However, there are some downsides to the Highlander's interior. While the space in the first and second row is adequate, the third row seating is cramped and not suitable for adults on long journeys. Furthermore, the cargo space is on the smaller side, which could be problematic for families with a lot of luggage or equipment. Overall, while the Highlander's interior is functional and technologically advanced, it may not be the best choice for those seeking the most spacious three-row SUV. Alright folks, we're about to dive into the Honda Pilot and see how it stacks up against the Highlander. So if you want to find out which reliable three-row SUV is the best for you, stick around. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest car reviews. Introducing the Honda Pilot. First off, the Pilot has undergone a complete overhaul for 2023, sporting a bold and rugged SUV look that's also turning heads. In addition to its new look, Honda has also increased the overall dimensions of the Pilot, making it even more spacious and practical than before. Honda hasn't only made significant changes to the exterior of the 23 Pilot, but also what's under the hood. The new Pilot is boasting a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine, cranking out around 285 horsepower with 262 pound-feet of torque. Although it's still a non-turbo engine, Honda has upgraded it with direct fuel injection and dual overhead cams. One of the biggest advantages of this engine is that it's naturally aspirated, which means it's expected to last longer and cost less to maintain than a turbocharged engine. Furthermore, it offers exceptional smoothness and refinement, which is a big plus for those who love a V6 engine in a large SUV. This engine delivers noticeable benefits over the 4-cylinder turbo found in the Highlander. And although this engine is not turbocharged, it is equipped with direct fuel injection, which means that carbon buildup could potentially become an issue down the road. Just like the old V6, it continues to use a timing belt as opposed to a timing chain, which means that a timing belt replacement will eventually be required at 100,000 miles or 160,000 kilometers, which is pretty strange to see in a brand new vehicle. However, we can say that we're still huge fans of this engine. Honda has been known for making some of the best and most reliable engines on the planet, and we're sure this is going to be another great example of that. In addition to the new V6 engine, we also have a smooth shifting Honda-designed 10-speed automatic transmission, and the choice of either front or all-wheel drive or standard all-wheel drive in Canada. Thanks to the 10-speed, this V6 engine is able to achieve roughly 19 to 27 miles per gallon, which is very similar to the 4-cylinder turbo found in the Highlander. Overall, we're impressed by the smooth and great performing drivetrain. As we get behind the wheel of the Honda Pilot, we can confidently say that Honda has really hit the mark with this redesign. The driving experience is smooth and comfortable, with surprisingly good handling, something that Honda is renowned for. But wait, there's more. For those who like to venture off the beaten path, Honda's offering a more rugged, trail sport trim with all-terrain tires, a tweaked all-wheel drive system, skid plates, and even a 1-inch lift with unique suspension. It's like they're saying, hey, let's see what this baby can really do. Sure, it might not be the first SUV that comes to mind when you're thinking of off-roading, but it's nice to have the option, right? We have to admit the interior of the Honda Pilot is also pretty sweet. It's spacious and well-designed, with a lot of great features. And who doesn't love a good digital display? Plus, the available 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system is a real game-changer. With wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you stay connected on the go without having to fumble cords. And let's not forget about that straightforward climate control setup, because no one wants to be sweating or freezing in their car. But the real standout feature of the Pilot's interior is its space. Not only is there plenty of room in the front and second row seats, but the third row seat is surprisingly roomy too. You can even fit adults back there comfortably, which is more than we can say for some other SUVs. And when it comes to cargo space, the Pilot doesn't disappoint either. With the third row seat up, there's still plenty of room for all your gear. And when you fold those seats down, you've got a cavernous cargo area that can hold just about anything you can throw at it. And let's not forget about safety, because the Pilot has got that covered too. With Honda Sensing, you get a whole suite of active safety features that can help keep you and your passengers safe on the road. All in all, the Pilot's interior is a real winner, and a big reason why it's such a popular choice among SUV buyers. When it comes to deciding between the Honda Pilot and Toyota Highlander, we found that both SUVs have their strengths and weaknesses. The Honda Pilot is definitely more spacious and practical, especially if you have a larger family or are regularly transporting many passengers. In terms of issues with the Pilot, the touchscreen is relatively small, and if you opt for the base model, you'll be stuck with a small 7-inch display that's more at home in a Honda Civic than an SUV at this price point. Unfortunately, the Pilot doesn't come as a hybrid, unlike some other Honda models, which is a bit disappointing. Pricing-wise, the Pilot is somewhat competitive with the Highlander in the US, but it's significantly more expensive in Canada. The Highlander ranges from around $38,000 to $52,000 American or $48,000 to $58,000 Canadian, with the hybrid being roughly a $2,500 premium over the non-hybrid. Meanwhile, the Pilot ranges from around $38,000 to $54,000 USD or roughly $53,000 to $65,000 Canadian. Ultimately, we think that either SUV would be a reliable and cost-effective choice in the long term. If you're interested in having a hybrid, then the Highlander Hybrid would be the clear winner. However, if you're not interested in a hybrid, we would lean towards the redesigned Honda Pilot, which has a nicer V6 engine and overall driving experience, great features and safety technology, plus better interior and cargo space. But keep in mind, Toyota's going to introduce the Grand Highlander in the second half of 23, which could change things entirely. We might have to bring the Pilot back for another comparison against the Grand Highlander in the near future. As we wrap up this comparison, we want to hear from you. Which of these two SUVs would you choose? The 2023 Honda Pilot or the 2023 Toyota Highlander? Go ahead and let us know in those comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more car reviews and comparisons. You guys drive safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.